How's that now? Is our audio working now? Am I back? I think I'm back. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We got it, George. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sound check, check, check. Are we good now? All right. It's the Rick live stream. Hey Rick, how you doing? I sent out a link for everyone. If I get some of my brothers and sisters up and running with kilts today, would be great. It is. I'm just hanging out in Sarasota all week, and Rick says, "There we go." Amy, how you doing, Amy? Amy. We got to connect. I was thinking about you this morning. I said I haven't talked to Amy in so long, and I sent the link. Let me see if I can send it one more time. Let's see if I can get this one more time, you guys. If you want to hang out with Kilts for the hour-ish, love to have you. What do we got going on? Let's see. I don't know what the next connection is, what the next meetup is. Scott Everson invited me to dinner tonight. Miss T is not feeling great, so I'm not 100% sure I'm going to make it, but I'm sort of planning on it for sure. All right. I know you thought, Carnivore Jennifer, how you doing? Lena Furman, how are you doing today? Great day in paradise. Much better, George. I know. I was like, I'm not paying attention, right? I got to pay more attention here, don't I? Let's see. I got Rick in the house. Awesome. I was feeling lonely here, Rick.
Oh, good. Well, I'm here.
Yeah, good. It's great to have you. I was just in Irvine. I was in Scottsdale, Arizona, Irvine, California, Salt Lake City, and now back in beautiful Sarasota hanging out. And hopefully I'm going to see Scott Everson and Courtney Luna and Bell and Boz tonight. But, we'll see. How's your day started?
Well, my air conditioner's broken, so I'm trying to fix that.
Well, mine is also, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. I was just noticing I was kind of getting a little sweaty and hot. And I was like, okay, what's going on? And I went and looked at it, and it's not connected. I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
It says no internet, which I'm like, well, I think we're connected to the internet in some way. So
you probably have one of those thermostats that's smart thermostat or whatever.
Right. It's smarter than I am. So it's decided. It's kind of decided it needs a rest, and it doesn't want to do the work in all of this. And so what's going on in your world besides the air conditioning?
Well, I'm getting ready to put the engine in my truck. I finally got it assembled, and I just need to get the paint for it, and then maybe next week I'll put it in, and I'll be driving the truck again, hopefully.
Very nice. Very nice. It's knowing how to do that work is rare today, wouldn't you say?
It is, and besides, my stuff is old. A lot of the newer stuff you can't even work on because it's all software locked.
Yeah. All right, we got. Let's see. We got. Is it? It's nice out there, Michael. Michael's got the gulls all around. George is in England. Rick's in Miami, Florida area. Yeah, I think reverberation.
I had to change the circuit board in my air conditioner, so now I can see if it's going to work.
Well, maybe you need to come up my way and see if you can fix mine.
There you go. Let me see. Okay. Now the moment of truth. Well, it turns on.
Okay, I heard the beep.
Yep. Let me turn the fan off. It's blowing air. See if it gets cold.
Yeah, it'll take a while, but I noticed someone wrapped their water pipes because in where I live here in Florida, the pipe that delivers the water has a backflow preventer valve,
and
it's all just sitting. But he had it wrapped because it's been getting in the freezing temperatures here, which it never does.
Really,
kind of interesting. We got Lance from North Dakota. We got George. Let's say hi to George. How are you doing today?
Yeah, fine. I've had a really good day. Thanks, Dr. Kiltz. I did a good live with Grandma this morning, Barbara, and along with Louise Benning as well, who's doing the NNP alongside Dr. Nelson. So she's a rock star in our community. So that was a good start for the day. I did a good live with DC over in Australia on Friday night, and now I'm on with you. So I'm having a good weekend so far.
And Lance, how are you doing today? What's going on in your neck of the world?
I'm doing really good this morning. I'm just getting up and getting moving this morning. So I love stopping by Saturday or Sunday mornings and watching you, and figured I'd join this time.
Well, good. Yeah, it's great. Michael. And Michael's got the goals out there. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How is everyone?
Very good. Beautiful day in paradise.
It absolutely is.
You just on a walk, or you just getting out in nature, getting some sunlight?
Yeah, I'm actually on the clock right now with my client, and we're out for a walk. And as you can see, we have a lot of ducks, and people are feeding them pretty good duck food, I imagine. So
Got Rick excited.
Yeah.
Well, whatever duck food they're getting, it's providing us, or Rick, with his most favorite food, which is duck.
Absolutely. Yes.
And it must be a day of ducks, because I got home yesterday and the ducks were all hanging out on my grass right by my pool. They love my pool.
Are they Muscovy ducks?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I'll take a picture and send it your way.
All right. I got cold air coming out, so that's great.
Awesome. Kelly, how are you doing today? What's going on in your neck of the woods?
I'm doing fantastic. Enjoying the what little sun we have shining through this morning. For we have the nice little wintry, rainy spring/winter going back to spring, then flooding and severe weather this week. But other than that, I'm doing great.
Awesome. So what controversy is going on around the carnivore world, George?
Controversy? Well, I'm not sure about controversy, but we've got the website up and running for the Great British Meetup, Dr. Kiltz, and your fate, and you are front and center on the website. I'll send it to Alia, so she knows about it, and I'm sure she'll put it up on the Kiltz Mighty Tribe. Sent it to Kerry, and we're starting to sell tickets quite rapidly. So we're very much looking forward to it, getting a lot of good stuff on Facebook, a lot of good feedback. So yeah, it's just exciting. Not so much controversy, just excitement in the carnivore world, because we're making progress. We really are. It's all good fun.
Is this something, and maybe each of you start with Rick's, and Rick is the longest running carnivore that I know, and I just was on an interview with a podcast. It's being recorded with Dr. Pampa on pain to purpose, and what type of pain did you suffer from, and what was the purpose of moving on to allowing the plant-based world to be the food for our food?
Pain? Well, I mean, I never really had pain. I just hated my life because I was short and skinny. That's all.
All right. So pain was your short and skinniness. And so, but you were doing something opposite, because you didn't know that carnivore was going to do it. Did you?
I was hoping that carnivore would take me out and I wouldn't have to live too long.
George, what was your pain, and how was the purpose giving you a new life?
Type 2 diabetes, no energy, mental anguish, morbid obesity. I know you don't think that's a problem, but that's my before and after. I weighed 293 pounds, could barely move. Just was coming. I felt that there was nothing more to give. And I thought I was coming to the end. I really did believe it. I blamed it on the fact I'm a Gulf War veteran and all the vaccinations that we had during the Gulf War. I was wrong. I didn't have Gulf War syndrome. I had metabolic syndrome. The doctors weren't a great help. A lovely lady called Nurse Kathy Moran sat me down and said, "What do you eat?" I told her, and she said 4 words to me which changed my life. She said, George, all carbs are sugar. I took that on board. I went away, did the research, and here I am 4 years on. Is that, oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, today is my 4-year anniversary of the blood test, which led to that. It's not my 4-year carniversary because it took me 18 months, a further 18 months to get through to carnivore, but it is the 4-year anniversary of the blood test,
wow.
which set me on this road. And
Awesome.
here I am, sat here now at 175 pounds this morning, down from 293, full of energy, as you know, Dr. Kiltz, overstretching myself because I've got so much energy. You know, I'm now a movie promoter. I'm now grandma's music agent. And apparently today, some of the Kiltz Mighty Tribe have put up on Facebook. They've all got the flat cap. Erin's put up a new profile. Erin Booby Ghost put up a new profile, and everybody else has said, "Yeah, we've all got the flat caps with George as well." So you can add fashion icon now to my portfolio, and not to mention Kiltz Health Coach as well, of course. And I'm delighted to say that Lainey has just done 2 modules of the cohort 3 of the Kiltz Health course. So we're going to be a Kiltz Health household by the time you come to see us in June. I'm just excited, Dr. Kiltz. I'm excited that I've gone from that to this, and it's been an incredible journey, a journey which has yet to finish, a journey which is only just starting because, you know, I'm 60. I feel like I'm a teenager again. And it's just going to be fun for the next however long until Rick's heart attack finally takes us all, I expect. So,
until you become fertilizer and food for
exactly.
the next entity of the universe. Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
but like you say, Dr. Kiltz, when the time comes, I'm going to become the best fertilizer for the plants, which the ruminants will eat. And then the next generation of carnivores will end up eating me, which is how it's the circle of life.
Or a lion takes us down.
Yeah.
Or a lion takes us down. Kelly,
Yeah.
why don't you tell us a little about your pain to purpose life journey?
Mine was a lot of chronic inflammation, not knowing that. Well, I don't know if it's just a coincidence or I was diagnosed with just recently avascular necrosis. It's supposed to be the deadening of bone tissue, but the funny thing is, I shouldn't be walking. I should have a hip joint that's not working. But almost 600 days ago, my purpose was because of the chronic inflammation in my body, I decided to take it one day at a time and try carnivore. After the 5th day, I said, I'm going to have to give this 30 days. And here I am, almost 600 days in it. And I feel fantastic. Brick here is a great influencer. He got us to train heart attacks and duck food. Every time I go into Walmart or Aldi or another local grocery store, I say, yuck, duck food. Man, I got to get my daughter duck food.
Awesome. Lance, pain to purpose.
Well, I was severely obese and on 5 blood pressure medications. I was 347 pounds and took 5 blood pressure medications. I was on allergy medications for the last 30 years. I was tired of taking medication for my blood pressure. I started carnivore. In the first 6 weeks, I came off of all 5 blood pressure medications with my doctor's help. And since I've lost 140 pounds altogether from my heaviest weight now. I have no allergies. I have no anxiety. My mood's improved. I have no pain when I wake up in the mornings. And, you know, I'm 59 years old. And like George, I was in the military, so my body got abused. I got injected with all kinds of stuff. I don't know what it was. I had a thing on my hand here. This whole hand was covered in like psoriasis. I haven't done anything other than change my diet, and it's gone.
So I've got one question here on IVF so expensive. So carnivore, you know, one of the amazing things and why I share carnivore for everyone, and I found it because of my fertility practice. I had women doing paleo and then keto and carnivore and getting pregnant naturally, because really it's just another inflammatory disorder. And in general, healthcare is expensive and fertility care is expensive. would you gentlemen say that since you've gone carnivore, your needs for medical care or medications and drugs has just dropped significantly, or in the case of Rick, been eliminated?
Totally eliminated.
Absolutely. I haven't seen a
Yeah, okay.
doctor in the past 17 months.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. And kiltz is the same way. Michael, tell us a little bit about your pain to purpose journey.
Yeah, sure. Wow, just a little over 3 years now. Looking back, I was 375 large pounds, and back in the early 2000s, I was pretty good with the Atkins program, but about 4 years ago, I was looking into keto and started there. And shortly thereafter, pretty much ketovore, and then transitioned to the carnivore. And I really haven't looked back since. About a year into it. So I think my highest weight loss was probably in the area about a little over 190 pounds, thankfully. So I was on literally a handful of different medications, high blood pressure, pre-diabetic, even though I had an A1C of 8.8, I think was the highest one. And very grateful to discover the ketogenic lifestyle, that's for sure. Highly suggest, if you people that are watching this, some people may have never even heard of it. I highly suggest checking it out. Look into it.
Yeah, go to drkiltz.com, and we have links to everyone here, and the stories are so important. Maybe you could comment, we'll start with Michael, about craving vegetables.
Yeah, not so much. I have never said I was addicted to broccoli, that's for sure. And all that stuff, that fruits and veggies, they just, the bottom line is that will turn into sugar. That's a sugar bomb. So I stay away from, occasionally I'll have some, but not too frequently, that's for sure.
How about you, Lance?
I've had no cravings at all for any vegetables or fruits or anything. The only thing I do use, I still use some spices now and then, but
Okay.
I have no cravings for any vegetables or fruits.
All right, Kelly, your thoughts on your need and how important fruits and vegetables are.
I'm gonna give them to the ducks. Like time to time, I will do fermented vegetables like sauerkraut or pickles. That's about the closest I'll ever do. In season, I have a strawberry bed. If it survived this last year, because I never watered it and stuff when I was the first year of carnivore. If it's produced strawberries within season, I might have those. Other than that, maybe some watermelon around August in season, and it has to be locally grown in a field. Other than that, meat, fat, salt.
So do you crave them, or you enjoy small amounts of these ripe seasonal plants?
I enjoy them. I enjoy them seeds. I don't have that craving, and I don't even have desire to have sweets at all. Like I made my last video, which will come out today, on a 2-ingredient. I call it carnivore crack, and all it is brown butter bites, and it has bacon in it. And to me, that is like the most delicious snack I ever had.
George, you're addicted to plants. I know this, and you crave them continuously. Are we truly addicted to them and craving them, or have we been brainwashed?
I think we've been conditioned from a very early age to eat them. Yeah, it's true. I used to. There are some vegetables which I preferred over others. For example, the very dark Savoy cabbage I used to love. But as I said, today is the 4th anniversary of the start of my journey. That journey went through low carb, then keto. And the man I really owe to going full-time carnivore is carnivore soldier Larry Allhands from Jarrell in Texas, because he was my first friend in the community in August of 2023. On September the 10th of 23, I gave him my first interview and his first interview. And I told him that I was still eating salad vegetables with my burgers and my steak on barbecues. He was polite about it. But the next morning he did a feedback video and he said, George has had an incredible success. How can I tell him he's wrong when he's been so successful? And I thought, Larry, you are very subtly telling me I'm wrong. I went away, thought about it, studied about the fiber through Zoe Harcum and through Paul Mason, and decided there and then that I was going to go the whole way and go full carnivore and give up all plants. So the last time I ate plants was probably September the 10th, 2023. Since then, I've been totally fiber free, totally plant free. In terms of what I actually chew on, I still drink coffee and some liquid forms of plant, but nothing solid. And my health is dramatically improved. My gastrointestinal health, no more constipation, bloating, or flatulence. I'm just in full health now. So yeah, it was a gradual transition, a transition of 18 months. But I'm there. I got there in 23, and I haven't looked back since. I'm certainly not going back to eating plants, Dr. Kiltz.
Yeah, Amy had a comment that when you eat carnivore, you're so well fed that you don't crave them any longer. And I think, in essence, part of our story is when you hear the carnivore story, and that's why the mindset is the most important part of it. Listen and learn from those that have done it, and your brain begins to hear a new story and have a foundation that we're lions and no longer sheep. And, many of us don't any longer crave the fruits or vegetables. And, Yellow Rose 803, been juicing for years, and freedom. No need to wash and prep, talk about washing and juicing. So, yeah, that's a good point. Rick, how much preparation do you have for the food you eat?
Well, that depends on whether I'm catching it first or if I'm going to the store. So if I'm catching it, I may have to go outside with a net and lure them with some food and grab them. And then, you have to take their head off and get the feathers off, or if it's a reptile, tails and leg off. But preparation in the kitchen is pretty easy, because once the animal is cleaned and gutted out, it's just a matter of cutting it into suitable sections, getting a pot or pan or whatever you want to cook it in. Sometimes you don't even have to cook that much. And you do your cooking, you eat. You may have one dish to wash, maybe a knife. It's really simple. And your refrigerator doesn't turn into a compost heap like it does when you have, like, your mom or lives with you and eats a lot of fruits and vegetables. They're constantly going bad. They're constantly having to be replaced. And when it comes to plant material, I've never craved the stuff. I don't even like fruits or vegetables. The only time I eat them is when I don't have enough meat around and they happen to be growing in the yard. But I won't buy one from a store. I'm totally against that. And even though I do gardening, I give them away. I know people that like them, but I couldn't imagine craving a fruit or vegetable. To me, that's survival food. That's like you failed to get the real food, so you have to eat this to prevent getting starving, basically. And that's the way I see all the other foods that I call duck food, because why would I eat something that's lower quality?
And what cookbook is your favorite cookbook?
Cookbook? My mom had a bunch of them. I gave them away. I don't believe in cookbooks.
And are you getting the proper macros? Aren't you afraid that you're not getting the right macronutrients in the right proportions? And don't you need scientific literature to tell you which proportions you should have?
Well, I don't know about scientific literature. The only thing I know, it's like a car. When you put the right fuel and the right oil in the car or piece of equipment, it runs good. If your car starts up, it has power, it doesn't stall, that's good. That means you got the right fuel in it. And I see the same way with my body. If I'm eating this diet, which I used to think was deadly, I got lots of energy. I can work all day. When I get sick, it's like 3 days. I just had the flu a month ago, had a high temperature. 3 days later, it's like I didn't even have it. People around me, they eat the healthy foods. My dad ate healthy foods. He had high blood pressure. He had skin problems. He would get itchy. He snored at night, farted all the time. And I didn't have any of that. So to me, it just seemed like, well, maybe science says that I should eat this. But when I eat the way I do, I feel better. People think I look better. I mean, the vegans think I look unhealthy, but anyone that's met me says, well, Rick, you don't look 57, 58. You'll be this summer. So whatever I'm doing has to be doing some good. Otherwise, I'd be a complete wreck.
So, okay, here's a comment and a question from Tamara Hill. I did keto for a while and lost 70 pounds and reversed type 2 diabetes. I'm curious about the carnivore diet, though. We're planning a tubal reversal and want to have the best diet for this upcoming journey. She loves broccoli and spinach and berries and melons, so I'm scared to make the leap to carnivore. Will carnivore affect cholesterol? Can monk fruit sweetener be used in coffee during carnivore? Lance, why don't you start with that? What would your advice be to Tamara?
My advice would be to do the carnivore diet for a minimum of 90 days, elimination diet. And then you'll find out that you don't miss those vegetables, you don't miss those fruits. And yes, it'll affect your cholesterol, but in a positive way, because your cholesterol is what your body uses to heal.
Is cholesterol a disease, or is the diet that adversely affects, I don't know, cholesterol, I guess, but is a high cholesterol the cause of disease, George?
No, it's not. And the living proof is the girl I was mentioning earlier, Louise Benning. She is, as I say, Dr. Nelson's colleague on the classmate on the NNP. She has a heart disease, and she is under her cardiologist, and she had a reading of 734 cholesterol when she went to see him. He nearly had a heart attack himself. He basically said that she was on the point of dying, and that basically she should go on a statin. So she said, before we do that, I want a CAC test. So she did. She got the CAC test. She's an incredible specimen of humanity, fitness-wise. She used to call herself a strong carnivoress. You've met her, Dr. Kiltz. You actually were arm in arm with her when you were over in England. She was a lady who we were featured that day. So Louise. Right. So she had a cholesterol score of 734. Guess what the CAC score was? Have a guess. Anybody? Yeah. 0. Exactly right. The cardiologist was mortally offended. He was really upset that she returned the score of CAC 0 with a 734 cholesterol reading. She's incredibly fit, incredibly healthy, incredibly strong. She made him look an idiot, and he didn't like that very much at all. So no, you shouldn't worry about cholesterol. It might even be the case, the higher the better. I know that Richard Smith, the Keto Pro, who is a former European bodybuilding champion, he has a one of around 500 because his UK score is 10. Louise's UK score was 19. So cut it in half. Maybe he's got about a cholesterol score of about 400. So don't worry about cholesterol. The higher, the better, maybe.
Well, is a CAC score that predictive of a heart attack next week? It's not.
It's not. It's not. Let's hope not.
It's on the other hand, diagnostic directive tool to get you to worry, and then get you. It's apparently one of the better ones is the HDL to triglycerides ratio, and mine is very, very good. Bullshit. Okay, I'll take that. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Okay. Our ability to predict a heart attack next week is piss poor, or when you're going to die or get cancer, piss poor. but it's back to our diagnostic methodology, right? To get you to another doctor drug dissection and code. You've been labeled with a code. And I can only tell you this from my personal experience with a CT angiogram and a CAC score. And if you really look at the literature, how many people at 70 have zero plaque?
Very few, I'd imagine.
Very, very few. And Amy put up a post, and Rick said something about it earlier. I came home after 2 weeks of being out of my house. Some other people use my house, and so I had to, friends use it. I had to throw out all the plant stuff that was ruined.
Yeah.
What do you got there?
I've got a song by Grandma, and it's called Lions Don't Count Calories. And it's basically it's Grandma's take on the science, because she is alongside yourself and myself about the science. And that song, Lions Don't Count Calories, they don't count macros, they don't get scores from the. And, you know, she believes that, like us, that what matters is what you eat and how you feel. And that basically what you're saying, Dr. Kiltz, is absolutely right, because every test that we take puts more money in the doctor's pockets, doesn't it? And it doesn't change us at all.
I mean, essentially right, because ultimately we're saying, well, some science is right and some science is wrong. But what if all the science is wrong?
Well, all the science, Dr. Kiltz, is bought and paid for by people who are looking for a result. That's the thing.
HDL LDL ratio, where again, it's wrong in my opinion.
Okay, yeah. I mean, a classic example of where the science, the Minnesota coronary experiment was done over 5 years by Ivan France and by Ansel Keys, because they were trying to prove that Ansel Keys was right. When they proved that he was actually wrong, what did they do with that science? They buried it. They hid it. Ansel Keys took his name off it, and it never came to light until 2014.
There is no science that isn't bought and paid for. Zero.
Exactly.
There is no such thing as hard science. Remember, science is a theoretical story. That's all it is. And so for many people who just enjoy life and eat ducks and iguanas and don't read the scientific journals or sit around and argue about your LDL, HDL, CAC scores at all.
Yeah. Hey, Dr. Kiltz, I've noticed we've actually got Louise in the chat with us today. I don't know whether she heard me tell her story, but Louise, I apologize. I told you your cholesterol and CAC score story. So, yeah.
But,
so here we go.
But wouldn't you say in general, there's a mindset of that you've seen so many people like all of us that focus on the joy and the helping of others in this life with this carnivore lifestyle, that, I mean, how many times you say, well, the first thing you need to do is go to your doctor and get a full physical exam and diagnostic testing before you do carnivore?
No, it's personal choice. I mean, the thing is that as coaches, we always have to refer them to the doctor because we are obliged to do so. But it's not something. But we have to do that.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. We have the cuffs on. There is no question.
Right. So we're obliged to say, no, this is just entertainment. But if you really want medical advice, go to your doctor for maybe misleading information.
Yeah, exactly. We are obliged to do that because it was you that taught us that we cannot prescribe, we cannot interpret, we cannot treat. There's one other as well, but we're not allowed to do any of those things. So we have to maintain that I think the 6 words are: we educate, we encourage, we empower, we inspire, we motivate, and we organize. We do not treat, prescribe, or diagnose. And that's where we are kind of trapped, and we have to refer them to the medical people.
Click and sign the bottom line, and now we can have a conversation. I call it scientism.
Yeah.
Ketosis is a scientism word. It is not a true live animal system.
No, it was actually coined by Dr. Russell Wilder of the Mayo Clinic in 1922. So it only entered the language in 1922, as vegan only entered the language in 1944. So yeah, as you say, all these things, they are invented things. They are words that are invented. It's always been with us, but somebody gave it a name.
Right. So we've discovered or we've invented, right? Oh, and now I proprietarily own these things. But ultimately, this is the God's creation for all of us, right? I call it petri dish science. So I love it that Marianne mentioned
Absolutely.
that.
Remember, Dr. Kiltz, that long before the word ketosis was ever invented, every baby in the world was born into this world in a state of ketosis. So ketosis existed long before the word ketosis appeared in the lexicon.
Do you notice there's a lot of argument in the keto carnivore world on the science?
Not from me. I'll pass it on to somebody else.
Discussions, and it's kind of the same in some way. Are you waiting for a published prospective randomized double-blind placebo-controlled study to know whether or not living like a lion is better than living like a domesticated sheep?
No, because I am my own N=1, and the results are clear for everybody to see. Nobody can deny what I've achieved, which is why I've created this business card, because that is my most effective weapon. But that generates a lot of interest. Guys, and get out there, make these business cards, get your before and after photographs in your pocket, hand them out to people. I happen to be a ketogenic health coach, so I've got my contact details on the back. But even if you're not a qualified coach as we are, then yeah, exactly. Then basically get one of these cards made up, your before and after. And when you're telling people about it, give them one of these and they will be impressed. They will go away and then say, if you want to find out more, go and look up Dr. Kiltz, the Kiltz Mighty Tribe. Come and join us. And I've got one or two people who have listened to me and who are very, very interested. So it's possible. So just get out there and spread the word, guys. And also do it with love and inspiration. That's the most important thing. Do it with a smile on your face. Not you must do this. It's come and join us. Come join the fun. Come and join the love and the caring, because that's the carnivore way.
It is. And so, here's Tamara thinking of getting her husband to do carnivore diet. He still has his protein shakes and does overnight protein rolled oats. That he is. What are your thoughts on that? Shall we go down the line here?
The only thing I agree what oats do is either fatten up a horse, or if you're in some kind of race like rodeo or horse show games like my dad was in the 70s, that's the only time he fed that horse right before he did the pulls or barrels or any kind of games was grains. That was it, to give that energy. Other than that, these horses, when they're relaxed, didn't barely get anything.
I want to throw this to Rick. So this is my 17-year young. This is Kiltz in high school. and so protein shakes, is that healthy for us?
No, that's just a big sugar bomb.
It is a big sugar bomb, absolutely, because ultimately, what animal eats protein?
They don't.
They don't.
Cows.
No,
they don't. Nobody does.
Oh, well, currently the world is a high protein diet. Is a high protein diet make any sense for a lion?
None whatsoever.
Not whatsoever. Yeah. What do we got here? What's Nassau saying? George, can I borrow your card?
He wants to borrow my card until I can. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Because even if you haven't got it yourself, I'll tell you what. I'll send you my card so you can say this is my friend. This is the results that he had. Lainey takes my cards with her. She gave one away to the local butcher the other day who's interested in the carnivore diet. So yeah, if you know somebody who's got good results, then share their results as well. Share everybody's results. We've all got good results. Share them. I tell everybody about DC and about how he beat stage 4 lymphoma twice, and how the doctors can't stand it because they told him to go away and die, but he went away and lived. He chose to live.
Well, so what modern diagnostic technology could tell you when you're going to die, what you're going to die of, and how many people today are on zero medications at 70? Not many. Not many.
Absolutely.
Not many.
Yeah. Yourself included, Dr. Kiltz, because we know that you're 70 next week, I think.
March 12th.
Yeah. Well, next week, pretty much. So, yeah.
My brother Tom will be 69 tomorrow, and we'll be 69 together for 10 days, Irish twins. And then I'll be 70 March 12th. And again, I'm starting my 71st year. And it just keeps on getting better and better on this carnivore lifestyle. And I'm in the standard modern medical world, and I hand out a lot of pills, dissections, and prescriptions. But I really work to encourage people to follow this way of living and eating. And we've seen so many game changers, right? And the carnivore stories, Papa Carnivore is telling people, these carnivore stories are they're just anecdotal. What does anecdotal mean to any of us? It sounds like a doctor's line. It's just anecdotal. You don't know if it's going to work for you, do you? No,
exactly. But I mean, the thing is, it's the carnivore diet is not only about getting off medications, it's also about staying young and maintaining a sense of humor. Because I was telling Grandma this morning, the day that you and I spent in London nearly ended in utter chaos. But there was no panic, was there? It was we went to the wrong terminal. We were well behind time, but you just laughed about it and you said, "It doesn't matter, George. It's no, there was no panic there." And God looks after us. We just about got you on the plane on time. But it was but back in the old days, I would have been in a state, I'd have been in a cold sweat and really worried. But you just said, "No, don't worry about it. It's what's the worst that can happen?" And that is the thing. It's carnivore takes away the anxiety. It takes away the stress. And guys, Rick, anybody, Kelly, did anybody else want to join me on this one? Lance, can you talk about how it's affected you mentally?
Oh, mentally, man. I'm a much happier person than I used to be. I'm a nice person now compared to what I was before. And my anxiety for just being, I'd never do what I'm doing right now. I'd never sit in front of people and talk like this before. It's amazing what this stuff does.
And I've lived through that also, that, I have a mental condition. It's called the live human being. And ultimately, we all have our quirks and our craziness. It's just the nature of humanity. And we got our crazy guy, also old guy, Carnivore Mitch, who in some ways, he recently, a year ago, had a stroke, but that was all secondary to a brain bleed that was poorly cared for from the standard medical system. And now he's carnivore and sharing the words around the globe. Yep.
I mean, the thing is that, I have the gratitude attitude, Dr. Kiltz. Every morning I wake up, I am grateful for the fact I've woken up. In the last couple of years, I have lost an awful lot of people who are not much older than me. In fact, some of them are younger than me. So every morning I greet another dawn with gratitude, because you never know when it might be your last one. Because like you always say, we all do dangerous things every day. We get in an aircraft, we get behind the wheel of a car. And the most dangerous one, as you know, Dr. Kiltz, is we live with another human being. And that is, and it's all very frightening. Talking of which, I'm expecting Lainey to appear over my shoulder any minute now.
And we love Lainey, and she's healing and helping all of us through this journey. And again, our vegan, vegetarian, Mediterranean brothers and sisters, we embrace all of us together. We invite everyone to the table, and we're not here to chastise anyone. But if you're sick and you're looking for a solution, fatty meat, faith, and fasting, and faith is always the top. Fatty meat and fasting are sort of like the foundational pillars of this. And even the new American food pyramid is still a manipulated process that even Kennedy had to sort of like comply to the commercial entities that said, hey, we're going to use some glyphosate still. And he was like, okay. Which is glyphosate a healthy supplement for humanity?
Nice.
No,
It's
that is
zero.
the biggest issue I have in my region where I live in, and especially my water source, because all the tributaries that goes to that lake goes right through those big farms that spray glyphosate. They strip the land of all the original natural grasses, and it's a big region, and all that reaches all the way to the Gulf.
And we're poisoning our brothers and sisters around the globe, all of us. I mean, this is not a nationalistic concept and idea, because we have our brothers and sisters in every country around the globe. And let's bring peace, love, and kindness, and let's sit down and have a barbecue.
Yeah, and Dr. Kiltz, with glyphosate, we're not only poisoning our millions upon millions of animals every year as well. And yet the vegans would have it that we're in the wrong for eating one cow a year each. So how many lives are lost by agriculture versus growing meat?
Yeah, and recognizing that the governments around the world that want to control the masses say that plants are best. So now you've been damaged by the plants and you believe the story because it's the best way to make any of us a slave, soldier, peasant, or prisoner. I mean, we are basically slaves to the story. And so we actually are here to embrace our vegan, vegetarian brothers and sisters and keep sharing the truth that Rick thought that the carnivore diet was going to kill him because he was so miserable and unhappy, but in fact, it saved him.
Yeah. Not only did it save me, it made me grow taller, and my grade point average went to straight A's. My attitude changed.
And one of the smartest, most amazing human beings is my good friend Rick. And honor his simplicity of the story for me, like Jesus Christ is the simplest story. Love and forgiveness. Like, is this a complicated formula in a medical journal?
No. Do unto others as you want them to do to you.
Absolutely.
I mean, truly, there's only one book that we all really need, and it's a biblical stories of our human journey.
Mm-hmm.
And the P value, what is it? Is it the P value? Is that what they call it? How important is a P value? Lance, you want to answer this one? Or Kelly?
Well, the carnivore diet is a ketogenic diet. It's just the strongest ketogenic diet you're going to get. So.
And gentlemen here, are you doctors and have a degree in medicine to give you the right to tell this story?
No, but I have lived experience, and that's what I share is my experience and what I've done for myself and my wife. My wife has reversed her type 2 diabetes with this diet.
Since when did we need permission to tell a story?
I agree what Rick just said.
We are not waiting for permission. We're taking the podium and we're sharing the stories. And our good friends Healing Humanity, those that created the movie Animal, and also the meat. I can't claim I know the title yet, but it's something about makers and meat. And that's what you want to eat. Is obesity a cause of disease? It is not.
No.
But certainly in our universe, because there's easy access to food, we don't need to be as obese for the famine, the fasting any longer. Or maybe we were, but we don't today. But when you eat the proper human diet, as our good friend Ken Berry has so valiantly shared with the world, just eat meat. And our Chafee and Baker and Bella and George and Kelly and Lance and all of us here and Rick sharing the simplicity of I am healthy and well rather than claiming I am obese. I am healthy and well, and go carnivore for 3 to 6 months tomorrow, and your tubal reversal will be more successful, safer to do. And I do those laparoscopically. I'm grateful for that and here for you. All right. But again, I am healthy and well, and I am fertile, and we'll get you there.
Well, here's a primary story. This is me 24 years old, and unhealthy, smoked cigarettes, very standard diet, loved the sugar, was tired. And at 47, going on 48 years old, I feel better today than I have ever had, even when I was a teenager. Yeah, I even feel a lot younger at 47 going on 48 than I did when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, 24 years old.
Probably have a better attitude also.
Kelly,
better attitude.
You are so young at 47. Look at Dr. Kiltz there at 70. Look at me at 60. Look at Rick at 57, I think. Rick, are you?
Yeah, I'll be 58
yeah,
in a
you're
couple
just
months.
a youngster here, Kelly. Imagine
I'm 59.
if you sorry, how old are you, Lance?
59? I'm 59.
Yeah, so look at us all, Kelly. We're all at least 10 years older than you. Look how fit we are.
Yeah.
So imagine how young you're going to feel when you reach our age if you're feeling younger.
Oh,
already.
I'm probably feeling fantastic. I mean, just like, I'm supposed to be getting a second or a referral to another orthopedic group, but I hadn't heard from them. Like, well, maybe there's a purpose why this delay, and I'm not going to sit around. I'm actually going to do something. And last 2 weeks, I have been getting up and moving around. I hate exercising. And I love to get my physical fitness through extra work, but older we get, we need to, get some sort of stretching or strengthening and movement in our joints. And I noticed in the last 2 weeks, my hip is feeling a lot better than it did a year ago.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
you guys have all shown your pictures. Here's mine.
Brilliant. Get them printed on a card, Lance. Get them printed on a card and give them to everybody you know.
That was an absolutely genius idea, George. I love that idea.
Do we need to exercise, or do we really simply need to participate in life? Exercise is the 5th leading cause of disease and is not good for us. It's participating in life, going out there and working. I mean, we are truly born to hunt and gather. We are not and family and reproduce. I mean, that's what our foundation is. But now they tell you, go out there and join a sports team in order to show off. Yeah. But the number of injuries from that, and most athletes, those that find a profession, don't last long in that profession.
That's right.
Okay, so my story, Dr. Kiltz, I used to be an ultra marathon runner. I used to take my everything very seriously, but I ended up going downhill and I couldn't outrun a bad diet and it all went wrong. Since this journey started 4 years ago, I've done no gym work, no running. I've done a bit of walking, but not much. But I'm a blue collar worker on a construction site. I run a gate, so I'm up and down all the time, letting traffic in and traffic out. And that is how I've lost 120 pounds. That is how I've reversed type 2 diabetes alongside the carnivore way, the carnivore lifestyle. It's not a diet because it's not coming to an end. So no, you don't need exercise, but you do need to be active. You need to have an active lifestyle. and you need to have interests as well. You need to have a fertile mind. That's the most important thing. Don't sit and watch television, sit and watch YouTube, or read, study, get into pottery like Dr. Kiltz. Find an interest, find something which gets you off that couch. It's as simple as that. It's keep it simple, stupid. Simplicity is the answer. Don't waste your money on gym membership. Well, I'm not saying waste your money, but you don't have to get gym memberships.
Don't be a spectator, be a participant.
Right.
Yeah,
I think that's
exactly.
the most important part. Get up early, go to work, love work, whatever your work is, love it, and love your life. And that's one of the most important things. That which you hate hates you back. Jesus says love and forgiveness. Be kind to your brothers and sisters, and be loving and kind to your enemies. That's where we're really in this world. Our job is to bring love and kindness to the world, and not worry and war.
That's
Even
right.
your enemies can be disarmed with a smile. That's it. That's the thing, It's if you smile and the world smiles with you. Cry and you cry alone, or hate and you hate alone. It's as simple as that. And
ultimately, our enemies are in our minds. We create our enemies through our mindset and our complaining and our judging with anything other than love. Yeah. That's the magic that I've learned in my life, and I'm hopeful that we all keep doing that. Find something you love, and again, the gym is just another culture, social place to work and enjoy with others. And when you're there, if you go to the gym, don't forget to talk about what?
Carnivore.
Yeah, just to point out, the gym wasn't for me, but we have some great coaches out there, such as Nikki, such as Juliet, who are very, very fond of the gym. But it gives them a purpose in life.
Yes.
Find that purpose, and the gym is their purpose. So yeah, but I wasn't criticizing the gym. I was just saying it's not necessary.
I agree with you, George. The gym is actually like I'm in my gym. I've got my chair, but even without my chair, I'm doing stand-up work and I'm doing stretching, and I'll do some chair push-ups. But whatever it is, most of it is, doing my pottery is a lot of fun, and there's some work on the muscles, and we're creating a world that says muscle centricity is more important. Is not mind centricity. You want to focus on the joy of your life through the mindset, because obesity is not your disease. It's a point and place of life for you to share and grow and create and change. The last I looked, carnivore is not a diet. It's just something you do this, and it's like those extra pounds work off, the mind clears up, and you have a mission to move forward with.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go down the list here. Start with Lance. Tell us how people can find you and what's your purpose.
Right now, you can find me. I do a Saturday and Sunday live every Saturday and Sunday at North Dakota Carnivore on YouTube. And I'm actually streaming my live right now because I come on right after you right now.
Awesome.
And I just want to share what helped me. If I can reach and touch one person and change their life for the better by doing this, then it's worth it to me.
Awesome.
And I also want to say that I am a newly certified kiltz health coach.
Awesome.
I just got this week, so I'm also out there doing this.
And I think the coaching is all about community again, growing the community of those that have a foundation and a story that we can tell more and more of our brothers and sisters. Rick.
Okay. Yes.
Why do you come on these lives and get out there and share your story?
I come out here to be with my friends, the new friends that I've made through the carnivore lifestyle, people that I never would have met otherwise, like you.
Yeah. Awesome. George.
Yeah. Best place to find me is on Facebook, George Goodenough. Not many of us out there. I'm the one in the cap. My purpose, my mission is to unify the global carnivore community, which I'm trying to do. I am a kiltz health coach, member of the KMT. You can always find me in the same lives as Rick in chat. That's one way of reaching out to me directly. And also, I am the UK ambassador for the film Healing Humanity. Kerry has appointed me as that. What else do I do? I study a lot of carnival history, as you probably noticed today. So, yeah, but my primary purpose is to unify the global carnivore community. We are a global village, and let's be one. Let's be unified.
Yeah, that's a beauty. Darlene's been one, she's enjoying this. And I think, again, all these communities are bringing people to learn something new and different. And God leads us all here. 76 years young. Is that on March 9th? And, another Pisces of the world, but all of us healthy, strong, and love being carnivore. Kelly, what's your purpose and how do people find you?
My purpose is I'm glad that I have joined a great community. I got to find new great friends here. Got Rick, you, George, Carrie Mann, everybody in this community encouraged me to do a channel a year and a half ago. It's called Broken Carnivore. That's where I share simple cooking recipes, my journey, and I have a Facebook. If you look up Kelly, just Kelly Deweese. I'm on Facebook. I don't share much, but I'm going to really start using that platform. And Rick is really excited because spring is on the way, and my second channel is getting ready to gear back up here soon, called Show Me Homesteader, where you actually see me do physical activity out there, like maintenance. Hoping soon I can get to build fences and stuff like that.
Nice. Awesome. Well, I have to get on to another mission for the day. Thank you to everyone for being here. Appreciate everyone. And if you're around 6 a.m. tomorrow morning Eastern time, I look forward to it. Let's keep sharing the mission in the way why carnivore is the simplicity of the story.
I have one more quick thing. Will be live. I will be live today, 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern, if anybody want to come and join.
And how about Lance? Is Lance going live right now?
I am live right now.
Awesome. And your channel is, what's your channel, Lance?
At North Dakota Carnivore.
Okay. All right.
And 1 p.m. Eastern, don't forget Carnivore Sunday School with Juliet Edens and John Laspina, who is the Carnivore Teacher Alpha.
What time?
We can actually lash, so it's going to be a good one.
All right. We're working. We've got to make sure on Kiltz Mighty Tribe, or drkiltz.com, there's a list of all of the time zone. It's almost like TV Guide, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, where can people find us? It's the TV Guide, which is the Carnivore Guide.
I guess we're the Carnivore Network now.
Carnivore Network. I love it. Carnivore News Network, CNN, right? of healing humanity. That's, I think, the critical part. So, all right, I got a date with Miss Tia. I got to go hang out for a little bit. I love you guys. Thank you very much, everyone. Brothers and sisters, take care.
All right.
Bye,
see you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.